So the next challenge is Argonauts. So let's access the challenge. And this one has 3 flags, so this is getting a little bit more serious. So this is the Argonauts challenge. There's 3 flags we need to retrieve. All 3 we need to get from the application. There's 1 flag we can get by we need to access 1 service here. It's worth 300 points, and it says welcome to JSON and the Argonauts. So it says JSON and the Argonauts invite you to join them in a search for the missing endpoints. So they've got the IP address. They've got the URL we need to access here. So we're just going to copy it, and then we're going to access it in our web browser. Okay, so what do we see on the website? It says here, JSON server documentation. So it says server administration. The following section outlines the details for the JSON server backend details. So we've got API endpoints, we've got /DMV, and then we've got this endpoint over here, which is a bunch of question marks. Not sure what we need to do. I think what we need to do is we need to fuzz these API endpoints. So how do we do that? We're going to be using a tool called GoBuster. So GoBuster is a tool that's used for web application fuzzing, and fuzzing is basically trying to figure out what endpoints exist on a target through searching for them on with the word list. So the word list is going to have a bunch of different common endpoint names, and we're going to test to see if any of the names on the word list match up with whatever's on the server. So we know that this is the endpoint we need to fuzz. We're going to use the GoBuster tool, and we're going to run it in directory busting mode with 4 threads. And then, we need to supply -u for the URL here, and we're going to supply a word list. So the word list we're going to use is on Kali Linux, exists over here. Directory lists 2.3 medium. And this is a list of a lot of different endpoints that we can try for different directory names on web servers. And so after we've supplied all this information here, we're going to run the tool, and the tool is going to try to go through this URL right here and with every one of these endpoints in this list and try to figure out if one of them exists. So we're going to wait on this over here. It's going to take, maybe I should have used a smaller list because it doesn't seem to be going very fast. But anyways, we'll leave the tool running for a little bit and we'll go back. So API endpoints /DMV start. Okay. So if we were to go to the DMV endpoint, then it would give us this JSON data over here. DMV, I guess this is Department of Motor Vehicles. That's interesting. Okay, so we've got our JSON data that's being sent back to us, but so GoBuster was able to find this endpoint as well, so this DB endpoint. So we're just going to get out of here, and if we go over to the DB endpoint, we see here that there's some information here. Among the information, well, we've got 3 flags in here. Why would they put 3 flags in here in the same location? That's weird. Anyways, okay, it looks like we hit the mother load of flags, so we're just going to copy them all and submit them. Okay, so we're just going to go back. We're going to submit this flag. And then we're going to submit another flag, which is this one. And then we're going to submit the third flag, which is this one. It's a bit confusing why they would put all the flags in the same place, but I'm not a CTF exercise designer. I'm just going to submit my flags. Okay, so we've submitted 3 flags and we access the service, which means we're finished.
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button. And if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.